like we could do review tech very quickly.
Wait, I got the spooky story.
All right, the spooky story.
All right.
Do you mind if I go take a piss?
Go ahead. You've heard this story a billion times. So.
All right. Here's Warski telling the tale.
Do it up. All right, guys. So this is actually true. All right. Jay can confirm. So me and Jay used to be friends back in the day. And remember, at this point, I didn't believe in nothing. Okay. I thought ghosts were gay and everything was bullshit, right? Anyway, one day, me and Jay and I were buddies, right? He was doing 3 kilobytes at the time, and I was just doing the Warski channel. And we ended up like talking through whatever, like YouTube, private messages, whatever. Because I watched his show and he watched my shit. So we ended up like being buddies and hanging out like a lot of times, right? Anyway, he actually lived close to me. Right, we lived in the same city, Mississauga or whatever. It's like, oh, we should like, chill out. So we would hang out every now and then, and he was cool. Like it was cool to hang out with him. But one day we were gonna do a podcast. This is back before podcasts were even on YouTube. Like this is back when YouTube wouldn't allow you to post longer than a 10-minute video type thing. Like this was crazy, unless you were a YouTube partner, and then you had like 30 minutes or some shit. And this is like ancient times. Back in my day. Anyway, we used to use this thing called, I think it was like Podbean to do podcasts. And this other thing where we put it on iTunes and shit, right? So I had this Warski podcast where I used to actually have stand-up comics come to my house. Like my parents' fucking house. When I would do open mics, and then I had some great times. Like we had great amounts of episodes. Thank God it was deleted because let's just say if that audio was leaked. I had Mike David Red Bar on my show when I was like this is like when I was like 21. Crazy. Anyway, so Jay and I decided to do our own podcast, right? Where we would talk about whatever. So he invited me over to his place, and then we're doing like, I think it was like movies and this and that and the other. And then finally we get into the subject of ghosts, which I start going, ghosts are gay. It's bullshit. It's a cool idea. And it would be cool if it was real. But now, by the way, for some context here, this podcast we did I think like 2 or 3 episodes, but this one in particular, we put out dollar store candles. You know those candles that are like this and flat? Because we thought, hey, candles during a podcast, very gay equals funny, right? So we put, I think it was like 10 or something. It was like in a circle, all of them, right? And one in the middle. And we thought, it'd be funny, dim light, very homosexual, very funny, because gay equals funny. This is back when YouTube was like, say fag all you want, bro. I don't give a fuck, right? Obviously, that's changed. So, we have candles on, we're talking about movies, da-da-da-da-da. Finally, we get into the subject of ghosts. And then Jay tells me how he had a girlfriend who, okay, you're distracting me. Had a girlfriend who had killed herself. Yikes. He said this story a million times on his podcast too, by the way, or his show. And he actually recently talked about this story. Recently, I think it was like a year ago or something, or like a few months ago. But, so he said that this ghost of his ex, he had broken up with her or whatever, and it was like years later she had done that. Unfortunately, rest her soul. But her spirit didn't want to leave him. So it's like this crazy ghost girlfriend type thing, right? Crazy shit. So he told me, so I'm like, you're bullshitting. This is gay. This is bullshit, whatever. Like, ghost girlfriend. I'm sorry to hear that happened, but, fucking, I don't think it's real. He said whenever he would bring girls over, he would hear scraping on the wall and footsteps and da-da-da. And he's convinced. He wasn't even like bothered by me not believing. He goes, oh, I'm just telling you the truth. This is how it fucking is. It's ghost shit. Da, da, da. She's following me. She's like stuck to this house or whatever, right? Because she would always hang out here. So we're talking about this. Now, by the way, no windows open, no AC on. Believe me, I checked. As he's telling this story, he goes, Sarah, if you're here, prove to Andy that you're fucking here. And I'm like, okay, this is kind of fucking ridiculous. As he starts saying this, the candles, I shit you not. Like, I remember like it was fucking yesterday. Hear this shit. The candles, instead of standing, start spinning like this. And what makes it even crazier, one candle is going clockwise. The one beside it is going counter. Beside that, clockwise. And they're all spinning. And I just start losing my fucking mind and running around the room trying to touch like where the window is, where the vents are, see if there's anything. But the candle in the middle is just fucking sticking up while all the ones around it are spinning. Then he goes, Sarah, and I'm like, stop, this is fucking crazy, okay, I believe you. He goes, Sarah, prove to Andy that you're here. All the candles just go normal, and the one in the middle just goes out. And it's just like a red cherry in the smoke. And then it's like, it didn't go out all the way, enough that it went back up. So I'm like, holy Ashton, I swear, I know you're making the faces there, but I swear on everything that, like, I wasn't drinking, there was no, like, fucking weed, I didn't do drugs at this time or anything. I was, like, fucking losing my mind. Anyway, this is, like, in the main room in his basement, and he's sleeping, and then so he went to his room, which was in the basement, but in a separate room. And I'm editing this podcast in the middle of the night, but I'm, like, editing it, and I'm shitting my pants. I'm in, like, some cot, like a fold-out mattress, like, air mattress on the floor. I had a laptop in front of me, right? What do I hear on the left side as I'm editing? And I'm like, by the way, I'm dying. I'm like scared at this point. I hear scraping on the left side where his fucking wall is, just like what he said. And I'm like, I take my headphones off and I go, hello? Scraping stops. And I swear I see something like in front, like, you know, like as fast as humanly possible, like a dim light move from the left to the right in this dark room. I look to the right, and the bathroom door, the bathroom is there. I hear.
Let's get some songs.
Yep. I get up and I go into the bathroom, and the motherfucking shower is on. I turn it off. I go back to the bed, the air mattress. I go under the blankets and went to sleep. And I woke up and I told him the story. He's like laughing. He's like, yeah, shit like that always happens. And I was like leaving the next day. I'm like, I believe. I fucking believe. I swear to God.
Oh, amputee for one sub. Let's go. Let's go.
Was honestly, Ashton, like, I wanted to, like, I'm like, okay, fine, you win. Like, okay, I don't care. And I wasn't even like, you know, you think in your head, if all that happened, you'd run out of the house. It was like, no, I'll just go under the blankets. No, it's fine. Oh my God. Yeah, that was really scary.
I guess